All right, welcome into the Daily Fix, people. This is a daily show that you will have here every day at noon. Cover some Chiefs, cover a little bit of everything here. Myself, Steve Serta, you see him. Steve Serta gets a little box. As you see there, he gets a little box here. Nothing against him. I mean, I just need to be bigger. That's where it is. But this is the Daily Fix with Ron Hughley. You can catch it every day, as I said, noon. Like and subscribe on YouTube right now. This is represented by the great Foolish Club Media. Like and subscribe. And if you don't, I'm just letting you know you are not giving me the ability to pay for my kids to eat. So, I mean, no pressure. That's on you. But like and subscribe right now. It'll be quick every day, guys. I'm not going to hold you long like, a lot of black pastors would say. But I'm really not going to. Not too long, man. I just want to hit 3 things a day. Give you that little daily fix of my thoughts, and it'll be a fun show. We got to get to this national anthem last night, Serta. It is. I mean, it is. I have so many things to talk about from this young lady, Ingrid, and I hope I'm mispronouncing that name. And also, Jerry Rice completely lost his mind with the Chiefs. We'll get to that, but first. What is it today, right? The quarterbacks and rookies are reporting to St. Joe. By the way, I lived in St. Joe for a little bit. Had a nice little time in St. Joe. I remember one time,
Did you have a nice time in St. Joe?
Well, I mean, as nice as it could be. I remember one time our door didn't work in our dorm, so we had to climb through the window, and I was at the lowest peak of my athleticism at that time. So. That was a struggle, but their report, and I am really intrigued by this season, sort of, because the Chiefs, it's hard to get them motivated, especially this team. Early on in the Patrick Mahomes era, you could see them get motivated. He was motivated to throw touchdowns and have 5,000 yards. But this team, you've watched them like I have, sort of. They're like, yeah, let me do just enough to kind of get it done, and then I'll flip the switch on, and then I'll turn it on. I don't really want to play hard against the Broncos. Let me do just enough. Oh, there goes the Jets. Okay, there's they do just enough, and they don't just put their stamp on it. They feel like the Spurs, who the Spurs don't give a rip if they're a 6 seed. Back in the day with Duncan and Pop, they didn't care. They were just gearing up to get into the postseason. Well, the Chiefs right now have a chance to put themselves up there with the greats of all time, the Patriots, the Cowboys of the 90s, the 49ers of the 80s, hell, the Steelers of the 70s, these dynasties that are more than dynasties, but some of the greatest teams of all time. Sort of, they've got a chance to win 3 in a row, 4 in 6 years. Nobody has ever won 3 in a row, and I'm just intrigued to see how much they give a rip about being dominant and looked at as one of the best all-time teams. I have no concern that they will ratchet it up when the playoffs come, but if they had a dominant type season, Steve, if they had like a 14-win, 15-win type season, and then they won it all and they won 3 in a row, they could be looked at as one of the best teams, maybe if not the best team of all time. But I just don't really think the Chiefs are really interested in that. I don't think they care.
They have a Christmas Day game again, so we know they're not going to show up for that one.
Why do you do that, man? Why do you know that? Maybe I just want. Can we get them to care a little bit? There is nothing about this Chiefs team that makes me think they want to go 17-0 like the Patriots did. I don't think they even care. Let's just get to the playoffs and then we'll flip it in there. I just want to see if they get that, if they have that motivation this year to be absolutely a great, great team. All right, we got to get to this Jerry Rice thing. Jerry Rice has lost his damn mind. This is a clear case, Steve, of something else bothering him. Something else bothering him. He was at some golf pro-am thing, and I believe some locals that cover the Chiefs were asking him, "Hey, Jerry, you think the Chiefs receiving core is good enough to get to the Super Bowl again?" And I know we just have a snippet, but I'm telling you, it led off with Jerry doing a beeline to these young guys. And listen, I'm just like, no disrespect to these guys. These guys ain't no threat to Jerry Rice. This wasn't Brock Lesnar standing over there. He does a beeline to them and immediately says, I will F you up. Like what? From the Chiefs receiving corps question. And then he hit a dismount with this.
If you want some, come get some.
First off, it can't get any lamer than that. And Jerry, I love you. You're the best. You're the best of all time. That cannot be your, I'm handling business, I'm getting mad, and this is what I do, and this is what I say. I'm walking away, and I'm about to whoop your ass, and if you want some, come get some. That can't be it. That can't be. That is something that The Rock wrote to say and to put on a T-shirt. If you want some.
People said that. I don't think The Rock just took that.
But it's The Rock's. Okay, that's where he got it. Do you think is that what you do, Steve? When you get good and mad and somebody pisses you off, do you go to written things like, if you want some, come get some? That couldn't be any lamer than Jerry. I'm sorry, listen, I don't know that, Steve, that clearly was not about the question. Like the only thing that I could think that occurred, Steve, for Jerry Rice to get to that place. I mean, obviously it was more than just the question. Like, Steve, I'm looking at this, and my fault is, I don't know if Jerry the previous night went and watched maybe Rosewood, Mississippi Burning, Remember the Titans, just some movie where he just woke up that next day and he's like, the next white guy who looks at me wrong or says something crazy to me, I'm just going to snap. Like, I feel like that's the only thing. Like, I don't know if Jerry watched some sort of Ku Klux Klan movie or something and then looked at those guys and just saw fire and just starts going, you know what, to hell with it. Like, I don't get it. That there's no way that question got it. There had to be something that happened in his day that led to him, and those guys just had to be the next guys to say something. Dog, Jerry,
I think Jerry's just upset. He's just upset that the Chiefs are the dynasty. And
you think this ain't about a rivalry? This ain't about this Chiefs-Niners rivalry. It ain't that big a deal. All right, finally, we got to get to this before we get out. What's this lady's name? Is it Ingrid Andress? Is that her name?
I don't really know.
Have you ever heard of this young lady before?
No, never.
I haven't. Listen, I'm sitting here trying to watch Bobby Witt. I'm sitting here trying to watch and Bobby Witt, sort of is a baseball player that plays for the Kansas City Royals.
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
I know how you are
anyway
about your baseball, but I'm ready to go. Hey, national anthem. The move should be, hey, let's just get in and get out. Like the first pitch, nothing too crazy. Like you ain't got to be Whitney. Like just get in, get out, sing the song, let's roll. Ingrid went up there and had one of the worst moments, and to where I'm questioning like how she has 3 Grammy nominations, how she's won multiple awards. If you missed Ingrid, this is her last night ahead of the home run derby. This is her singing the national anthem.
Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Lower up.
A little. Hold on, man. Come on, man. This must be what it's like when Ashanti sings, because I know Ashanti lip syncs. I know she has all her stuff fixed. This has to be what it sounds like when Ashanti sings without help. God, dog, man. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not even mad at the people that kind of ran through. Hey, I mean, we got a Grammy Award winner. I feel like that person doesn't have to try out like regular people do. You just assume we've got somebody who's won awards. She's been nominated for multiple Grammys. Like, she got the same amount of Grammys as Brian McKnight nominations. And she comes up there and she does that.
I haven't heard her music. I assume it sounds better than that, whatever that is. The national anthem's tough, right?
I
We've seen
assume
people struggle with it.
I assume she's not singing it. Listen, there's not an excuse. I don't care if you couldn't hear yourself with your earpiece. You don't sound like that with 3 Grammy nominations. You can't sound that bad. And those players over there, I would have been on the ground on my star, dying in laughter. I would have had to grab a knee. I had to turn my back to her seat. I would have been laughing. She said, Carl Lewis sounded better. Carl Lewis sounded better than she did. At least he acknowledged it. Good guy. And nobody better lie to Ingrid about this. Hey, it wasn't as bad. No, it was pathetic. It was terrible. She shouldn't be allowed to sing. She shouldn't get a second chance. She shouldn't be allowed to sing. She should be allowed to sing at the American Legion Kansas City Monarchs game. She should be allowed to sing. No, I wouldn't even allow her to yell, "Start your engines." It's that bad at the Indianapolis 500.
Maybe she didn't know. Maybe she didn't know how big a deal the home run derby was when she showed up. She wasn't ready to roll.
I would think maybe she didn't know that she didn't know how to sing. Like, I mean, that was God. She wouldn't have made it to Hollywood on American Idol, let alone have 3 Grammy nominations. Good God Almighty! All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock sharp. The Daily Fix. Hi, Mom.